Hi folks, and welcome to the pilot episode of The Draw, where I sit down and have a cigar with Morton legend and Scottish Football Hall of Famer Allan McGraw. The first episode was a little bit of a test run just to see the sound quality, stuff like that, and it's going to be a bit of a shameless self-promotion for my grandpa's new book, the date of which is to be confirmed, but should be out around Christmas 2019. Basically, I'm opening this up to the Morton fans to get some questions in, ask them all things Greenock Morton, past and present. I've set up a Twitter account for any news and updates at The Draw AM. That's at The Draw Alpha Morton, of course. And a YouTube channel which will be linked to the Twitter page. And I'll hopefully get this thing up and running on iTunes and Spotify relatively soon, but I'll keep you posted. The podcast will only get better with your involvement, so the email address to send your questions and comments in is thedrawmcgraw@gmail.com. That's thedrawmcgraw@gmail.com. So without any further ado, here he is, Mr. Morton. Early on in your, Renfrew Juniors is where you started.
Yes, that's right.
Were you always a striker?
No, I was a centre half, and I played 2 years as centre half with Renfrew. And then I went into the army to do my national service. And it was the Cameroonians. And when I went over to Germany, that's first of all, I played in Scotland for the Cameroonians, and then I played for the Scottish Army against the Welsh Army. And I had John White, Jim Baxter, and then somebody said they were short of a centre forward, and they had a good centre half.
Right.
So they asked me if I could play as centre forward. I said, I'll try anything.
Right.
So I played, and then that's the position that stuck with me ever since.
So Scotland's top goal scorer is actually just
a fluke.
Just a fluke.
Just a fluke. Just things that happen.
That's sums you up quite well, actually.
Yeah, it is a fluke.
So you played. So in Morton was your first team after the army.
Yes.
In fact, we'll stay at the army. That was. So you went. It was posted at the wall.
Yeah, I was posted to Germany.
So West Germany for
18 months.
18 months.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit off topic about football, but it's plenty of time for football. So what? I'm mad history into it. So what was your day? What was your average day?
Well, after the first month, it was basic training.
Yep.
And then the Cameroonians had said that the only cup they had never won in football was the British Army of the Rhine Cup.
Right.
And we had a good team at that time, so they thought they could win that cup. So they made us full-time footballers.
Full-time football. Not bad.
It wasn't bad. It was great because I've seen the other poor soldiers doing all stupid exercises. But anyway, we had to do our basic bit. Mainly we were full-time.
Yeah.
And that was good. And you're always in cup ties and playing other teams, playing local teams. So it was a good team.
Local in Germany.
Local in Germany. They weren't big teams, but anyway.
But did you not get flown back?
When I signed for Morton,
right,
they flew me back every weekend from Germany. Which is a lot nowadays because it's a lot of money.
Yeah. And air travel,
I think the only one I ever reminded coming back from Germany to play for his team was Tommy Younger, who was a goalkeeper at Hibs, but that was before my time.
Right, okay.
But he seemingly was flown back quite a few times. But at that time, I was the only one that I ever heard of getting flown home from Germany.
So see, some big names you were playing in the army with?
Yeah.
Baxter?
I played with Jim Baxter, John White.
Big names.
Big names.
Aye.
And they were great. I remember one of the times I played for the Scottish Army. And they were the inside forwards and I was a striker. and I think I scored, it was either 10 or 11 goals. Pretty well, but not one of the goals was outside the box.
No.
It was all tap-ins. So it was quite easy.
That's a goal's a goal, isn't it? Yes, that's some of the greatest Scottish footballers.
Yeah, ever. I think anyway.
Kind of leads on to another thing is about Scottish international team, but I'll leave that. Is so you signed for Morton after what? Do you get like scouted for playing for the army? How do you get?
How I got there, I was playing for the Cameroonians, and then I played for the British Army of the Rhine over in Germany, and there was a player playing for the Cameroonians and the Scottish and the British Army called Jackie Ferguson, and he recommended me to Morton because he played for Morton. He was still a Morton player, but by that time Tottenham Hotspur had asked me to go for a week at Tottenham, which I went, and I played a few games, but it was for the reserves, it wasn't for the first team. And they said they would sign me after I came out of the army. But between that, my father died. And I was a wee bit worried about getting away. I was coming home, then I was going away again, my mother was left on her own and all that sort of thing. So when I came home, Clyde came and asked me to go on a trial. And so did Hibs. But Hal didn't ask me to go on trial, he just signed me. Hal Stewart, who was the manager of Morton at the time. He's just signed me on Jackie Ferguson's recommendation. Never seen me before in his life.
Okay.
So he took Jackie Ferguson.
His word for that.
That was very good.
That's a bit of good word, didn't it?
Yeah, that was good.
So you rock up to Morton, he's not even seen you before?
No, that's right.
And another thing before, am I right in saying that you were, I'm not saying the first, but one of the first British footballers to wear Puma boots?
Yes, I was. When I was in Germany and I was playing for the British Army, and that's time, I can't remember what the brothers' names were. Adidas and Puma, the two of them were together at one time.
They weren't like company.
I think it was brothers, and they'd split up. And we were invited to the Puma factory, and we went along with it, and they gave us all a pair of boots, Puma boots, and I thought, fantastic. Comparing it with the boots we wore, even when I came home and played with Morton, some of the players just say, "Where did you get boots?" And I told Jimmy, "Can you get me?" I said, "No, I can't get you." But that was it.
Did you rock up to training, with the boots and a few keep-ups, and then where did you get those boots?
They all looked at me and said, "What kind of boots are they?" But that was it. So it was good. So Hal was like you. We've talked to him before, and he's ahead of his time. Ahead of his time.
I love hearing about some of this.
He was how would you put it? He was the nicest con man I ever met in my life. And he was a con man, but a gentleman at that. He had great big ideas. He was the first that I can remember anyway, bringing coloured balls into Scottish football.
Luminous?
No,
or just
blue and white balls, green and white balls, red and white balls, whatever it was.
Right, okay.
It was in Denmark, we were touring in Denmark, he'd seen them and he brought them back to Scotland, and if we were playing Aberdeen, we were playing a red and white ball. If it was Celtic, it was a green and white ball.
Right, okay. So it was usually the sort of leather colour of the...
Yes, the leather colour. It was still the heavy ball, but they were coloured.
Okay.
And that was... well, the white ball never really was in at that time.
Right.
But that was a start. And then he was great. He dressed the players up. Your kit was always immaculate.
Right.
Even your suits for travelling he was way ahead of it. Advertising. I remember we were playing Celtic. There was no advertising done in the days. And we were playing Celtic one day at Capello, and where the big metal frame is beside the enclosure, you know, the wee building at the other end.
Yeah.
Hal had painted on it Rocky Mount cigarettes, and that was a cooperative cigarettes.
Yep.
And Hal was a manager in a cooperative tobacco department.
Right.
So that was the first, and people said, well, why did they put it up? Because the televisions were there. And at a corner flag, you could see that.
So he was like the first person to put, well, that you even know of to put.
The first one I've ever known of. Never seen him before.
So he'd put his own cigarette company in the back, so you'd always see it. That's
he's way ahead of his time.
Aye,
that's it. And when you travelled the best.
Yeah.
You know, when we went to Aberdeen, we went up on the train and get your meal and everything. Nobody ever really did that.
No.
You know, and not so much the first year, the second year, I think I wore 4 different colours of strips.
Mm-hmm.
Was weight, and you didn't get them. He got them made. You didn't buy them from Puma or anything like that. At that time they didn't have it. And then one of the strips was a funny one. It was tangerine, but it was fluorescent.
Right.
And I mind in the dressing room, we were playing Queen of the South, and the lights weren't even on. We were just in the dressing rooms.
Right.
And they said to me, go on and run out in the park and see if I can see you. I went, there you go, boss, I'm not running in the dark. But he got somebody to run out, and you could see it. Not great,
right.
You could see it. And it was fluorescent, but it was nylon.
Right.
So it drew the sweat from you.
Uh-huh.
But he come up with string vests. You don't know at the time that's what it was. But that's what he wore under it.
So it's just for nighttime playing, you see a bit better?
Yeah.
So he was
it was really a different type of strip you had. We never knew what we were coming into.
Oh, really?
In those days, you didn't, you were, alright, people told you your colours.
Yeah.
But you weren't tied to it. You could wear any colour you like.
Right,
And Hal cheated a few times.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See for Morton, what was your, did you get a signing on?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Just showed up and...
how would you put it? Hal said that, and I have never now found out, even to this day, I asked for money, which I should have got, and he says, I'm not allowed to pay you because you're in the army.
Right.
I went, that's what. He said, but I'll put something in the bag for you every week you play, and then when you come out, you can get it.
Okay.
And I went, fine, that's okay. So when I come out, and I must have played for over a year, easy. And when I come back and asked for the money, it was £45 I got for a year. I went, but then I couldn't really complain because they flew me home every week.
Yeah.
I stayed in a hotel every Friday night. You know, he wouldn't let me come right home. I had to stay in a hotel and then go to the game. So I didn't make a fuss about it.
You couldn't really.
No.
And obviously it was, what season was it? The record breaking season?
63, 64.
63, 64.
Mm.
They'll always ask you, anyone has asked you, they'll go, you know, blah, 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 but you always say you're the cracking team around you.
Yes, that's appeal. To be honest, strikers always get the glory.
Yeah.
That's always been the case. But if I didn't have good players around me, I could never have done it.
Who was a standout?
With 2 good wingers, which was Bobby Adamson and Jimmy Wilson. Mm. And with a good midfield was Jimmy Riley, who was a captain, and Morris Stevenson, who was great with the ball, great skill, dribble, go past anybody. And then I had Joe Cavan, who was a great foil for me. He laid off so many balls for me and passed them through. And if they wouldn't have been there, I would never have done it.
And you always say that you would basically just be slotting the balls home most of the time.
Yeah,
just passing it in. Don't even hit it hard.
I hear a lot of people say I scored so many great goals. I would say I scored great goals. I scored a lot of goals, but most of them were, I'm not saying they were certs. But I put them away. I was good at putting them away once I should have put away. A lot of people miss them. But I was a bit fortunate. But they were laid on for me, so I couldn't go wrong.
That's all you had to do, is put them away?
Put them away.
There you go. Trying to think what else. There was another thing I was going to ask you about. That was another thing. So like footballers back then, I can't even imagine it. Like nowadays, it's there's the media hound them. They've got their own social media. They've got social media in general. They're hounded at from all angles. Back then, footballers were, admired by the fans and that, but they weren't in this maybe elevated to the same pedestal. You know what I mean? Like the media maybe left them alone, especially local media. If somebody getting a scandal, the media might have left them alone, or let them off. Was that? Do you feel a bit sorry for players now?
Yes, I do. In my day, we used to say it was mostly the press in our day. But the press were good to most players. Most of them were good to all of them, but they were good to most of them. Unfortunately, it was a culture for drinking. And that's where most of the trouble was. But it was never reported in the papers, because some of the reporters were with you. So they were doing it too. So it was a bit. Well, I would say players nowadays were protected by the press.
Right.
Nowadays, I feel sorry for players, because anything they do is caught.
Yeah.
They get pilfered for it. They get. It's a shame. I do feel sorry for them, because in my day, footballers had a normal life. I don't think footballers nowadays have a normal life.
No, I mean, I don't know if I can't really think of anything before then, but it was really like David Beckham, who became his own brand. He wasn't just a footballer; he was a whole industry almost. I think that after then, it's just been. There might have been one before then, but I can't.
There wouldn't be many.
There were the way that he went, it was more like his own brand, everything. But so he's got away with it a bit. There was no or not many video cameras back then. You maybe have your photographers at games or whatever. But did you ever get referees that you were a bit like, or players that or things that that I know you wouldn't get away with a lot of things that you did back then, just with kicking people about, but maybe even a little bit more corruption and a bit more.
There used to say there was. I never came across it. A lot of people used to say that players were throwing matches. I never knew that. I never heard it. Certainly in any team that I played, was never spoken. I did hear at some other clubs, some players were doing it. I couldn't prove it, but I find it a bit hard to believe.
Yeah. See, and there's a good thing about doing this thing, podcast thing. See, if you just say allegedly, you can basically say whatever you want, because it's only allegedly. That's or something along those lines. That just in case you ever want to say. In fact, there was something about your time in the army.
Oh, sorry.
Don't worry about it. Keep it professional here.
Hello. Not bad.
Sorry, folks.
How you doing?
It's Ian McDonald, possible future guest.
Adam, my grandson.
Guest on the podcast.
No, but he's wanting to talk to you sometime, but it's not the night. So he's doing a podcast or something. I'll tell him that. Oh, okay. Speedily. Right. It's no bother. But he just says that you just want him to get you a bump.
That's nice. He is the Cupid, He's said I can't get a bird in an aviary. So he's probably going to be a future guest on the podcast. Get him up here and have a chat.
You're going to be good at that.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I won't have to do anything. He can just ramble on for days.
You may have to say we've run out of tape.
I don't know.
Just say that.
Right, I'll need drag him home. Sorry, what we were talking about. This is probably going to be half of this podcast is me and you try to remember what we were talking about.
Oh, allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. It was the wall. I was just recently on a holiday at a place that was behind. There was in the eastern side of the walls in Hungary, and getting really involved in the history and just what it was like on the other side. And obviously, I was talking to people there about Hungary's football team, because mentioned you and how and that Hungary had two finalists twice in World Cups.
Yeah, they were a great team.
And who's a
Ferenc Puskas.
Yep. I found that did you see him play?
Oh, I've seen him play.
Yeah.
Fantastic player.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I've seen him playing for Hungary, and then I've seen him playing in Spain.
Is he playing for?
He was playing for Real Madrid.
Oh, right, okay.
And when he was in Hungary, he was in the army. But when Hungary went to him, he decided, I'm not going back.
Not going back over that.
And that was a big trouble in the days, because they weren't allowed to go out of the country. They weren't allowed to go anywhere. And he went to Spain, but he was out of football for a while before he could get playing. But then he signed for Real Madrid. And Real Madrid they were a good team at the time, but they became a great team.
Is that it?
And I think Hiti Guti, I think he was a Hungarian player. Now he was another one. I can't remember the European team he went to.
Right.
But Hungary were a great team.
Yeah.
I mean, I seen them slaughtering Scotland here at Hampden. They were at this world.
Yeah.
They should have won the World Cup. But it was an army team. All the players were in the army.
Right.
And they heard about the money that they were getting in Europe, which wasn't great money, but it was more than they were getting. So that's why a few of them took the risk.
There was a weird. Hungary's a great place. Budapest was beautiful. But they have, and I just happened to be there at Hungary's birthday, their national birthday of their country, and they parade. I think it's their first king's right hand around the state, around the city. They physically. I don't know the significance of it, but I think it's his tomb or wherever he was buried. Pushka's body's also in there, so that's how important. He was idolised all over the world. And so that's their first kid. That's how much level they keep him as.
He was a fantastic player, and he wasn't. He was kind of podgy.
Yeah. I always thought he was good.
A lot of left foot in. Unbelievable.
That's. This is going to be all over the place because I've not really got. I only wrote a few notes down and they're on the phone and it's getting recorded. It's recording right now, so I'm not. You were guarding the wall, allegedly.
Yeah. Oh well. We were there. We're protected, but I'm saying not the wall. You're just.
You're not
patrolling up and down the wall, and some people. Not at the time I did. Some people escaped over it, but they're always coming the one way from the east to the west. Nobody went from the west to the east, and that's when they were there. And one of them was a funny time. It was people guarding it. Me and my pal Jimmy Mallon. There was others guards there for about us. And all I heard shouting and bawling, but then you could hear it was Scotsmen.
Right.
So there were two Scotsmen come along, carrying, you'll know about it, there used to be cigarette machines outside shops that closed at night time, there were big things. You could buy a packet of cigarettes or whatever. And here was the two of them, carrying a cigarette box machine. And we just stopped because we were guarding it. And we said, you can't take it. We put our money in, we never got it back. We never got any cigarettes or no thing. But eventually, they were drunk, but they were alright, so we tell them, no, you can't take it, and that's how he's go. We chase away, but we'd carry it back to where it was supposed to be. But that was the funny side of it, but it's it wasn't a very nice time in Germany.
No.
For that. you know, because in Minden, where we were stationed, the Cameroonians were called the Poison Dwarfs.
Right.
Because we'd get into town and everybody was brutal. They were all drunk and everything.
Yeah.
And there was all fights everywhere. No fights with the Germans, fighting with themselves. No, but this didn't go down very well. So sometimes to put a curfew on it, you weren't allowed out of the camp to go into the town.
Right.
And that wasn't very good, especially for people who were behaving themselves. But that was he had these kind of things.
Typical Scots getting curfews.
Aye, but it was more about fighting themselves. That's I laughed at. It was crazy, but that was it at that time.
Can you share the story about falling on the train? You could quite you're leave it for another time.
No, leave it for another time.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. That was crazy. But anyway, so obviously Morton, and we'll go back to Morton. We'll go back to thingy. So all over the place again. Sorry, but there's Morton. You played there for 6 seasons.
6 seasons.
And in 5 of them, you were the top goal scorer. Is that right?
Yeah. No, I was the top goal scorer in all of them.
All of them? Aye.
Yeah.
Okay, most consecutive. Aye. And I think maybe in another episode we'll go to other places you went to after that. Playing career, but then you ended up back at Morton, coaching.
Yeah, that's right.
And was that had there a lot of maybe the ethos of the club, had a lot of change since, like?
Oh, there was a lot of change when I was back. In fact, it was the person who took him back was Eric Sorensen, who was the goalkeeper at Morton.
Right.
When I was there, but he came back to Morton as a coach and then ended up as a manager. And at that time, I was coaching Paul Juniors.
Right.
And he phoned me up and asked me if I would come and take the reserves, and that's what I did.
Yeah.
You know, and I enjoyed coaching young boys.
And did and it was that coaching, and then that was the stint. Was it 12 years? And then you ended up going to. I mean, then there was managerial after that. Was that?
No,
was it consecutive? No.
No, it wasn't. Eric unfortunately got sacked, and there was a player there called Jim Townsend, who was a great player at Morton.
Yeah.
And he became the manager. But I remember
a player manager, or
it was a player manager.
Right, okay.
But at the time we were playing Stenishmuir, I'm sure it was Stenishmuir, and Jim picked the team and he was playing away, and word came down from Hal to change a player and put somebody else on, and Jim didn't agree with it, which was quite, and he was sacked after that, which I thought was very unfair, because he was only doing what he was wanting. And Hal that was wrong, because Jim must have been only 2 months in it, if it was, and then he sacked him. Then there was a few come in after him. I'm trying to remember. Joe Gilroy came in as a manager. Who else? I'm trying to think who else came in. Joe Gilroy came in, and I think it was Alec Miller, I'm not too sure. He came in as a manager, and he left because he took a running job just about after 2 or 3 months.
Controversial?
Yeah, it was. And then Benny Rooney took the job.
Right.
And Benny did well. Benny had a right good team. That was about Sinine, that would be around about that time anyway. And they had a good team and went to the Premier League, and they did well, and that's when he'd signed Andy Ritchie.
Yep.
And always mind the talk. It was Benny and I. Mike Jackson wasn't there at that time, but he became his assistant a few months later, and I was taking the reserve team. But anyway, Hal came out and he said to us, he's signing Andy Ritchie from Celtic, and Roy Baines was going to Hibs, going to Celtic. And I remember Hal saying, the only thing is, you'll need to get him fit. And I looked at him and I says, if Jock Stein couldn't get him fit, what chance have we got? You know, and that was because that man, as everyone knows, Big Andy's skill was unbelievable. You know, but his fitness was always, and that's, I always felt, if Jock Stein couldn't do it, what chance have we got? Although Benny knew he tried, and Benny hammered him a lot of times, and sometimes Big Andy did it.
Yeah.
And other times he didn't, and that was, but it was more his laziness on the park that coaches always quibble about.
Yeah.
Not so much to train. I don't think he never refused once to train Big Andy. You know, he trained, but it was his pace.
Yeah.
But on the park, you know, you could be shouting. I remember I'd said one time at Sheffield, we played Sheffield, and Benny had said to me, who do you think you would take it off? I said, see that big lazy. And the words went out of my mouth when he had a 30-yarder rating in there. Shut up.
Of course he did,
That's it. Don't say any more. That's it.
I see that. You see that goal? Who's it? They Morton were playing, and I think they just won a cup. And there's the famous goal where he turns Aberdeen. They had just tied them in knots.
You could never doubt his skill. His skill was unbelievable. And people used to say to me, can you coach somebody to do that? You can try. We all tried. But sometimes that's somebody's ability. It just comes with it. You know, I mean, it's like people used to say to me, I'm not a big fella, but I was good in the air, and I could beat most of them. But how do you do that? It's just a thing. I don't know. You know, you get a lot of people used to say that. I don't like it. I'm brave because I was putting my head in where boots were flying.
Oh, hi.
You know, but that's. I try to tell people, I'd never seen the boots. All I seen was a ball, and I was getting it. That's all. It wasn't bravery. But a lot of people say it was stupidity.
It's a fine line in there.
That's it. So that was it. So there's some things you're blessed with, you know, and as I used to say, over 10 yards, especially at Capital, I'd be empty.
Yeah.
In a 10-yard sprint.
So you would just get it and just put it past them?
10 yards, they wouldn't catch me.
Yeah.
And I would take on anybody.
Yeah.
10 yards. Going beyond that, then they would catch me.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. It's just gifted to you.
Yeah.
You know,
you didn't necessarily train for acceleration. It was just natural.
It just came natural. You know, whether you're seeing the things a wee bit early, you don't know.
Or just reacting a wee bit early.
That's what you don't know. You just do it, and that's it.
Yeah, no, that's as you're saying. You can't train people like Andy Ritchie. It's like you either got it or you're not. I mean, you can train fit for fitness, but
So, don't get me wrong. You can practice and do skillful things that you can learn. But the likes of Big Andy did. I mean, he scored a goal from the halfway line against Celtic at Parkhead, and I'm in the dugout, and I can't remember who it was. He hit it, and right in the net, and the linesman chopped it off because one of our players was in the 18-yard box. Now he shot from the halfway line, right into the corner of the net, and I could not believe that. So imagine him chopping that off.
What was he doing in 18? Oh, it
was one of our players. Was in
the
18-yard line.
Offside by a lot.
He was offside.
But not, you know, was there a rule there of interfering with play?
No, there was no rule. See, if you're offside,
you're offside.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Even if it's not even going towards you?
Yeah, that's it. And it wasn't, it was just straight in the net.
Straight off.
What a shot. And to chop it off, that's one goal I've thought, where the hell could he chop that off? No, but that's what they didn't.
The rules then.
No, that's it.
But I especially imagine scoring at Parkhead at halfway line and not being allowed to stand. But that's how a lot of people say it's between you and Andy Ritchie, isn't it? That's what they are.
Aye. It doesn't matter. I did more skill than me, don't get me wrong. He had some skill. I thought he could have done better.
Yeah.
You know, he was a one-off. And I don't think you get it nowadays. You don't get lazy players nowadays.
And it's not allowed, is it?
No. And it must have been coming in about that time that, because Bennett sometimes dropped that big Andy and supporters weren't happy. But we tried to use him up to get some, you know. But fair, and you couldn't meet a nicer fella.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah,
he's a gentleman. You know, he never argues or anything. He just.
It's just him.
Like, you know, he was great at that, but it used to annoy sometimes. You know, you say, "God, if he could work," you know. Because I had a few. There was a fella, Jimmy Cyril, who was he played in Morton at one time. He was a scout at Manchester City, and Frank McClintock, who was the manager at Arsenal, who I knew a wee bit, didn't know him that well, but I knew him. And they came up to see him, and I went to see him after the game, and they had a good game that day. And both of them said to me, "Oh, wonderful skill, but you've got to do some work."
Aye.
And that, you know, and it's a shame, because football lost, you know, a great exponent of it. I mean, he was great. He was one of the greatest players.
Yeah.
Just that wee bit, and I often wonder if Andy ever regrets it. You know, and I keep saying he did train. I'm not saying he trained hard, but he trained. He wasn't. He didn't refuse anything like that. But he done it at his pace. You know, and that was a shame. You know, I think the whole Scottish football was cheated, because Andy could have been a better player.
Yeah.
And that's saying something, because he was some player.
Did he play internationally?
I don't think so. I think he played in Scotland's under 23s at that time. I think he did that.
Right.
You know, but I think at that time Jock Stein was the manager, and I don't think he picked him. I don't know, but that was it. But
that's another
thing he did.
That's another thing people ask me is, did your grandpa get a cap?
No. The only reason, I'm saying the reason how I never got a cap, that's up to people.
Yep.
But at that time, in my position, was Dennis Law.
Centre forward.
He was that
striker.
Well, I was an inside left. He was a striker.
Right.
He was probably the greatest striker Scotland ever had.
Yeah.
You know, and I couldn't compete with him.
Yeah.
And the other ones, like Ralph Brand of Rangers, Ollie Wallace of Celtic, now couldn't get a game.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And it was only, am I right in saying it was only 12? In an international, you'd only have 12 players?
12 players.
So you had one sub?
Aye. We didn't have subs, we weren't allowed subs in the days.
Oh, so you just...
I wasn't out. Played, I could always mind Davy Wilson, who played for Rangers. The gravy fella. He was an outside left.
Mm-hmm.
And Eric Caldo broke his leg at Wembley. And Davy Wilson had to go to left back. And he played with 10 men.
Oh, yeah?
And, you know, that's what's wee bit...
Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it? Well, by nowadays standard anyway.
You know, it's crazy. Even, I always mind I go back to when I played for Hibs in the semi-final of the Scottish Cup. I get carried off the stretcher. Now, we'd already used for one sub, so they couldn't put anybody else on, so I had to just stay on the part. You know, but these things happen. You know, and that's.
And was it the Hibs days when you were getting the injections?
Yes, no. Hibs were great. They didn't do any of that. It was Morton, and it goes back to that year. I'd had a couple of knee injuries. It was all right, and then we played against Hibs, fun enough.
Right.
And I got injured the first game. And we drew one each, so it was a replay at Ibrox. And we went away to the Bridge of Allan, and that's what Hal took you away 2 or 3 days before a game, which was great. And then we came back, I think it was a Monday night, the replay was, but anyway. And I said that I wouldn't be fit. And he said, you just get to Ibrox early. So I got to Ibrox early. And some doctor came in and he took me away to the treatment room and gave me an injection.
So just kind of, you know, come in here, you're getting an injection. You just anything. Would you have just been like, yeah, as long as I get to play? Is that you don't? You didn't.
I mean, I could have refused it. I don't doubt that. I never.
Because you want to play.
You want to play, and that was starting. I went out and played that night.
And how was? And your knee felt?
I felt great. It wasn't the next morning I couldn't move.
Oh yeah.
And then I started getting a lot of injections. I was going every week.
Right.
And
was that ever really been done before? Not that
I know.
And not to the extent?
Not to the extent, no. Well, I've never heard anybody take that amount of jags that I had.
Yeah.
You know, there was later on some people took an odd one, you know, but for they take one every week for, well, it was about 20 weeks. You know, it's stupidity.
But it's also ignorant, like you didn't know?
I
didn't know any bit?
No.
Did anybody know?
No. Well, I don't know. When I was finishing it, I got my knee done. The surgeon at Southern General had said to me, your knee is a 70-year-old man's knee.
At what age?
And that time, what was I, 31? And he said to me, what did you do? And I told him I took a lot of injections. What injections? He said, I says, cortisone. Did nobody tell you what you should do with that? I said, no, just go out and play. He said, give me their names and I'll see about it. But where I was stupid, I can't understand. I was taken to a different hospital or a different doctor every week. Mm-hmm. And I never clicked. Why am I going to a different doctor at a different hospital every week?
It's because he couldn't.
Because he was frightened somebody would say, you know, they've had it before.
I have done this at 10.
He said, you shouldn't have took that. He said, that's criminal. And that was it.
It's madness. But again, you got to play, but
I got to play. That's players.
You don't regret it? Now you will.
Sometimes I regret it, you know, not for myself, for your gran.
Yeah.
She liked dancing. I could never dance again after that. So I know that was a good dancer, man. You know, kind of things.
I
never
the little things.
I never got to play football with my sons.
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot of things like that. I know people say maybe silly things, but I was a general part of growing up. You know, and you miss that. But you learn to accept it. It's my own stupidity, so that was it.
I know, it's and the one of those things that
that's it.
Well, you're near the end of your cigar, so I'll just fire out some random questions. Most intimidating place to play?
I was never intimidated at any place, but my favourite place,
right? My
favourite part to play in is Tynecastle.
Yeah?
I love it. The atmosphere was...
The atmosphere, that's what I mean, intimidating, like just there was the crowd and...
Tynecastle. I couldn't believe it. Even it's not a lot of people think that I say it because it Hibs and Hearts. It wasn't even when I played with Morton. I played at Hearts at Tynecastle. I loved playing there.
Yeah.
The atmosphere was to me. It was the same I was in Parkhead, but
Tynecastle just a bit.
Tynecastle, there was something about it. They were closer to you than you were at Ibrox or Parkhead.
So you felt they were right on top of you?
You were right on top of you and you heard everything. You know, that was my favourite part to play.
What about your I don't even favourite might not be the word, but you know, going abroad and you're playing in Europe, was there a place that really stuck out, or even a story that you'd go?
Well, the one there's a couple enough, but one of them was we played Napoli in the Fair Cities Cup,
right?
And we walked out in the park, and the Italian players come over and gave us a bouquet of flowers,
right?
Each,
right?
And I was saying, what did we do with it? I didn't know. And somebody went, one of the Italian players said to one of our players, just throw them to the crowd. Right. All right, so we ran over, but until then, we didn't realise there was a moat round the park, and you throw them flowers in the hole. So that was a bit stupid, but that was it.
Lots of wee different customs in different places you're going.
That's it, it's different. And it was the same when Napoli, they had a player there called Altafini.
Yep.
A great player. I think he scored the 4 goals. They beat us 4-1 over there.
Oh.
But we come back to the second leg, we beat them 5-0.
There you go.
And that was some game. Every house players just chasing forward, and we scored them and we beat them, which was some result. You don't beat Italian teams 5-0. But I always remember coming in the tunnel after a game. There's one of the Italian players, the dressing room, his dressing room was the left, and theirs was the right. Everyone kicked the door, and we all just started laughing. But that was it.
Amazing. So even the reason I'm even doing this for general is because you've got a book coming out.
Yes.
Do you know when, roughly?
Hopefully Christmas.
Hopefully Christmas, right, good. So that's a good strong filler. For everybody, every Morton fan. So it's just this to kind of run alongside it and get people involved. Maybe asking questions and stuff. We'll get a Twitter page, a Facebook page all set up. We'll get people to come in and ask you questions. Is the reason I started this is I can't even count. I lost count of times that are people asking me random questions like, does he remember this? I'm like, I don't know. So do you know what? So I thought we'll let them ask you it, via there and get it done. But hopefully the next episode we'll get some questions from fans if everything goes to plan, and we'll just do the same again and sit down, have a cigar and do it all over again, and eventually we'll try and get some players up, ex-players, or you always say that the players are quite happy to come and leather a bit stories.
Most of them are, you'll get always the odd one might ask for money, but generally players will listen.
Right.
And they'll talk. Even McDonald will be a problem for you. You might have an hour of him. I don't know.
He might end up stealing the show. That's fine by me.
That's good.
But yeah, anyway, I'll until next time. Until we do it again. Great. So I'll see you later, everybody.
That's no bother, anytime you want.